A filmmaker and the family of a young man murdered 24 years ago are hoping that a documentary about the cold case gets results. It's also a case the 24-hour News 8's been covering since it happened back on June 11, 1990. Henry Erb had reported some of those stories back then and knew at 6. He's here with the film and the family.
The film premieres here at the Wealthy Theater next Wednesday, the anniversary of Joel Battaglia's murder, just a few blocks away, 24 years later.
It's just, to me, like it happened yesterday again. And I feel like I'm grieving him all over again. But David does a very powerful job of depicting who Joel was. What a bright, caring young man he was.
Joel Battaglia was a college student, 23 years old when somebody beat him to death and robbed him here on Lake Drive, west of Fuller Avenue. His friends last saw him at this bar 10 blocks away.
This was a young man who was emotionally invested in the community, but even more in his family. And it was that engagement, I think, that I responded to.
That's what hooked former college professor and documentary filmmaker David Schock, got him to focus on the Battaglia murder. He invited us behind the scenes as he finishes the final cut. He's made other films about cold cases in West Michigan, including the Janet Chandler case. It helped convict her killers.
I'm entertaining a couple hundred people, maybe a couple thousand people, but I'm really reaching out for that one person who can tell the police what they need to hear.
Joel's parents, Jerry and Gail Battaglia, say Joel's death is always with him. This is video of the Battaglias not long after Joel's death. They were talking to 24-hour News 8 about a reward and scholarship fund in Joel's name.
Up to 6 weeks ago, Joel would be home and he would embrace us and kiss us goodnight. And we don't have that.
Gail and Jerry held hands during that interview in 1990. Today, they're still holding hands as they talk about what they hope the film will do.
Perhaps it will touch somebody to say, well, I know something about that.
His life leaves a legacy, but having that life taken is a matter that needs to be set right. And that's what I'm trying to do, trying to help.
Filmmaker Schock says the Battaglia documentary may show up on public broadcasting, as some of his other cold case films have, and on his Delayed Justice website. On the Southeast Side, Henry Erb, 24-hour News 8.